welcome back to all of my subscribers, and welcome if this is the first time you're joining me for a pick a card reading. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as my website, odessamal.com, I hope to deliver messages to you that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. I am really excited about today's reading. It's going to be juicy. So I'm going to be diving into the mind of your person and finding out what they would like to tell you, but secretly they're too afraid to even bring it up. So I've got 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with blue sodalite. This is a crystal that's commonly used to clear your throat chakra. It primarily helps with communication. Pile number 2 is partnered with black tourmaline. This is a crystal that is used to clear the root chakra. It's a powerful protective stone. It can eliminate low vibrational energy from your aura. It can put up a protective barrier and even deflect the evil eye. Pile number 3 is partnered with green aventurine. This is a crystal that's commonly used to clear the heart chakra, and specifically it is used to reduce anxiety or any kind of fear we have around relationships. So I will give you guys a second to select your pile, and I will see you in a moment. Hi, pile number 1, welcome back. So I've got your cards here. I'm just gonna put your sodalite aside. So these are gonna tell me what your person has been wanting to tell you, but they've been too afraid to mention anything. So let's see what you've got. You have the spider. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing, stories that inspire and enlighten. And then you got full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You've got deserving, friends and colleagues, 2 of Cups, King of Wands, and ascension. Your soul is evolving to a higher state of consciousness. You are ready for this. Whoa. Okay, this is really intense message. So I'm actually seeing 2 different storylines sort of unfolding here, and I really want to dive in and get more cards to get clarity on this, but I'll tell you what I'm seeing so far. So it looks like you're in a transitional phase. You are about to end one cycle and start a new cycle in your life. That's what the end of a tough cycle approaches is definitely talking about, as well as the spider, because in many different communities around the globe, different cultures associate the spider with like the weaver of destiny and the things that haven't manifested yet in our lives. And what I'm getting here is that you are going to be transitioning from the life that you're in right now and ascending to a higher level of vibration. So more positive outcomes in your life, more abundance, more close associations and people that will hold you up and help you to achieve your dreams. This friends and colleagues card is definitely talking about that, as well as this 2 of Cups. It's talking about partnerships, but it's also could be talking about relationships, like romantic relationships. So, you might be inquiring about a romantic partner, but there could be some people in this group that are actually wondering about friends or colleagues or family, right? It could be any of that. But the energy that I'm getting is that the person that you're inquiring about sees you as a leader, sees you making this transition, sees you leaving behind the pain of the past. And this could be you not getting the promotions and raises that you deserved, or being mistreated by friends or family, or having, you know, people not appreciate you in love, and that you're closing out that cycle and you're transitioning into a state where you're really going to be able to blossom like this. She's standing in this field of flowers that are all in bloom, and the card says deserving. Like, this is what you deserve. You deserve to be in a tranquil place where you're surrounded by beauty and abundance. And the energy that I'm getting is that your person is being represented by this King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone who is an authority, a leader, somebody who potentially is even on a public stage, somebody who is very attractive and charismatic. But the King of Wands can also be somebody who is very rooted in labels and the material, and can be a little bit surface level. And the energy that I'm getting here is that your person is actually feeling like you are going to phase out of a relationship with them. That you're raising your vibration to a level where you're going to ascend beyond their capability. And I think there's been tension actually as a result of this. I think your person might have been either withdrawing, or they could have actually been starting arguments or conflict unnecessarily, like just stupid stuff. And it's actually rooted in their own fear. The energy that I'm getting from this is that this is a person that doesn't know how to communicate effectively. Oh my God, right? Sodalite, communication. This is a person that has a lot of trouble communicating their feelings. They kind of only feel comfortable talking about frustration or anger. And this person is actually experiencing a lot of fear, but they're redirecting it through like the only emotion that they feel is publicly acceptable for them. This person might be a male, like a cisgendered male, and the society as a whole or their family have sort of wanted them to be a man's man, and like, you know, it's a real disservice, you know, that kind of the energy and like the limitations that society places on men is a real disservice to men in general, because what it does is it creates this divide between them and their partner or their friends or whoever this person is to you, where you can't communicate about emotions because that's not manly. That's the energy I'm getting. And they are kind of in this prison, like this king is sitting on a throne, but there's all of these rocks and they're sharply jutting out at this person. It's like he's trapped and he can't escape. And you, I think the energy, and I'm just direct channeling right now, but we'll see what the rest of the cards say, but you are in a position where you have to sort of decide what you want, whether you're ready to ascend to a higher state of consciousness where you're opening yourself up to possibly a new partnership with a person that is in tune with their emotions, friends and colleagues that are also like empathetic and like have done the inner work, or whether you want to try and help this person ascend and walk that road with you. The energy that I'm getting is that they're quite stubborn, this King of Wands, and it could take you 3 times as long to get to this place of peace if you walk this road with this person. They are a king, right? So they've done some work. They've done some ascension. That's why I'm saying you have a choice. If this was a page or a knight, I would be highly recommending you leave them behind. But this person is a king, so they definitely have done work, and they're a master within at least one realm of their life. You know, they have something under control. And I'm getting the energy that they're a well-liked person. You know, that they have a friend group that they've been friends with for a long time, that like you enjoy being around them, that you have something in common, like you have shared interests. But there still is a limitation there. So let's get some more cards and find out some more information on like what the situation is with this king. and then we'll find out what advice Spirit has for you. So can you please tell me what the King of Wands would like to tell group number 1, what is afraid to share? What would the King of Wands like to share? Whoop. You're gonna have to get that in a second. This one. Okay. Oh yeah. What would the King of Wands like to share with pile number 1, but they're too afraid to say anything? Okay. Bear with me 1 second. All right, let's see what, oh my God. So this is really confirming exactly what I was talking about. You know, they were described as the King of Wands now a second time. The King of Wands is in the position where they're trying to find balance in their own life. I think that they're having epiphanies on a spiritual level, but the energy that I'm getting from this person is they're very rooted in the 3D. They're kind of traditional. Like, this is probably somebody who doesn't mind the fact that you are more spiritual, or that, you know, maybe you read tarot yourself, or like, obviously you're interested in the spiritual realm, right? You wouldn't be watching one of my readings if you weren't. But I don't get the energy that they are feeling the same way about any of, you know, about spirituality or about the afterlife, or like that there's anything beyond. Like, I don't believe that they have a strong root in like magic, or, you know, a lot of the things that we talk about. But I think that they're totally okay with you being into it. They just see it as you having an interest, and you have a hobby, and it's okay for you to have a hobby in, you know, what the spiritual realm, and they see it very similar to, you know, the softball league that they're interested in, that it's just a hobby and that it's nothing more than that. But you know that it is more than that for you, and that I think that you're starting to dive into that even more, and I think that you're probably even starting to align with other people that are interested in the same things as you. And that's what's making your partner kind of afraid, right? Because this Ace of Pentacles just fell on the friends and colleagues card. So this is talking about a new beginning in the physical world. Whereas before, you might have been creating bonds with people based on your shared interests. And if it's not spirituality, it's something else that's going on in your life. It's some sort of interest or a new job or something that you are indulging in, that you're doing more of, and you're making connections with new people. Maybe it's bringing you into new partnerships, but it could be bringing you more money. Maybe you're starting a new business with somebody else, or there's just something that's happening in your real life, the physical world, and it's bringing you a lot of satisfaction. You got the 9 of Cups, and you also got the Lovers. So this to me is talking about how your partner is actually seeing how happy you are with whatever this new like development is, right, in your life. And they're afraid that you are going to end up falling in love with somebody else. You've got the Lovers here, the 2 of Cups there. They're really afraid that you're going to fall in love with someone else, or maybe fall in love with yourself. I mean, like, this will resonate with each of you in a different way. Sometimes the Lover is talking about falling in love with ourselves, you know, and seeing our own value, or having a stronger relationship with our spirit guides and our ancestors, and having a sense of independence where you don't need anyone else, and you're ready to like charge forward with, you know, a new life. And the King of Wands is recognizing that this new possible relationship is on the horizon for you. You got the Ace of Cups, and they are now very worried that they're not going to be able to find the balance that's necessary for them to stay in your life. The Temperance card is a card of balance. It's talking about balancing out your emotional nature with your physical nature. It's talking about connecting with spirit. It's also a slow-moving energy. And they have realized that they need to pick up the speed. Because I think that there are certain things that you have tried to communicate to them. There's certain things that you've tried to share about your own feelings and your needs and your wants. And it's like, it's been like you were talking to a brick wall. They would, if you ask them, do you listen to pile number one? They would say 100% I hear everything that pile number one says. But in reality, they're only hearing maybe 25% of what you're actually saying. They're not able to read between the lines. But even then, when you're honest and you're really direct and clear with them about what you need and what you want and what you deserve, what you want your life to look like, the things that you want them to change, and the steps that they need to take to raise their own consciousness level, it's like what I'm seeing in my mind is someone shutting the curtains. It's like it triggers them immediately. They just shut down, they get angry, and that's the end of the conversation. They walk away. You're not talking about it anymore. They think, great, they've avoided this problem, but meanwhile, you're falling out of love with them a little bit. You like them a little bit less. You want to be around them a little bit less. And you get closer and closer and closer to these other people that are totally on the same page as you, that are able to communicate with you the way that you deserve to be communicated to, that are open to their own emotions, and they're not closed off. And the King of Wands is now recognizing that they really are possibly screwed themselves over, and that they need to, really move forward quickly and, jumpstart their own ability to communicate. The Knight of Swords is a fast-moving energy talking about a new way of communicating and being able to find success. And they are just so worried that they're not going to be able to do the kind of shifts and changes that are necessary to get to the place that they need to be, because they can see you already at the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, like, the end of that phase is the Ten of Pentacles. You're only one step away from completing a cycle where you'll be totally out of reach to them. And they just keep meditating, right? You got the Four of Swords. They just keep sort of resting and, like, meditating on, ruminating on the fact that they have to do all this work. The Seven of Pentacles. I think there was a time when you were at the Seven of Pentacles and they were more at like a Five of Pentacles energy, and where it was like real conflict all the time, and you were like, I'm going to work my way out of this energy. And they just stayed at the Five of Pentacles energy. They just stayed at that five, and you just kept moving, trucking along, moving. And now you're at the point where you might have outgrown them energetically. You really might have outgrown them. And they don't want to even bring this up with you because they're afraid that will be the end. They are hoping right now that you haven't noticed. That's what they're really hoping. They're hoping that you're still sort of unaware at how different you guys actually are. Sort of unaware that they are so far behind you that they might never be able to catch up to you. And that's why when I was saying before, the energy that I was getting when I was just direct channeling was that you might have to make a decision, because you can probably wait around for this person. But there's a risk, because they have free will, right? If they were 100% dedicated to their own growth, they could maybe get to the same place you're at right now in 3 years. That's max. That's kind of like the fastest it will happen, right? It won't happen before 3 years. But there's also the chance that they will get you invested in the relationship again and then drop the ball again. Because doing spiritual work and ascending and growing and learning skills, especially when it comes to communication skills, is not fun, right? They would love to just be able to stay at the stage that they're at and never have to be accountable. Like, the energy I get is not that this is a bad person. If you're married to this person, I'll just give you an example. This is a situation where, like, somebody wants praise for quote unquote babysitting their children. You're a parent. You're not babysitting your own kids, you know? Like, you're just parenting. That's the kind of energy I'm getting, you know? Like, they're not a bad person. They just are not a 50-50 player with you. And you're recognizing that actually, if I'm going to be doing all this work, I might as well just be doing it on my own. Because you're also connecting with these other people that really, like, get it. And I think that on a material level, you're actually being rewarded because Spirit is encouraging you to go down that road. Spirit, your guides, are encouraging you to keep moving towards what you deserve and not worry about, you know, the level of growth that this person's at. Where I think that in the past, you probably were worried about helping others, you know, like nobody left behind, that kind of energy, like ride or die kind of energy. But that doesn't help you. And ultimately, it doesn't really help them either, because most of us have gone through tower moments, and we recognize that in order to change, sometimes you have to go into like the darkest depths of your own soul. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom, right? And have no other choice other than to change your ways and go in another direction. Sometimes walking away from someone is an actual act of love. So that's the energy I'm getting there. Let's get, I'm going to get one final card from here and a final card from here for advice for you guys. What should pile number 1 do now that they're saying 2 cards? Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. And then what should, just want to make sure I've got these right way up. What should pile number 1 do? Okay. Here we go. You got a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Now, like I said, you've got a choice. This could be a new person coming into your life. This could be a brand new relationship. That's definitely here in the cards. I can see it. But if you choose to stay in the relationship or in the partnership that you're currently in, this could be a new phase of this relationship with this King of Wands, right? The next card you got is a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So if you've been having a lot of conflict, that is definitely coming to a head, because you got the end of a tough cycle approaches and then a fiery climax approaches. So something major is about to take place. These 2 cards, you got the Forest Walker, keep courage, be gentle. That's very wise advice. And there's a bluebird on here, which is a symbol of communication. I think that you have a lot of love for the King of Wands. I really do. I think you have a lot of love. And I think that if you can keep in mind that even when they're at their worst, you know, and they're acting out of anger and frustration, and it's totally undeserved. That's clear. Their anger is not deserved. It's because they actually don't know how to do any better. And if you can sort of accept that, sort of have radical acceptance for that, you might be able to continue to love them, but from a distance. You know, not be in the relationship with them anymore, just understanding that they're just maybe too immature to be able to give you what you need and deserve. It's clear you deserve the things that you're asking for. You're not asking for too much. You deserve those things. And they're rightfully yours. Your guides want me to say to you that you deserve this. Is written into your plan. It's your destiny. You're meant to have these things. But you do have free will, so you can decide to delay them. Ultimately, they will come into your life. It just might not be with this person. It might not be soon either if you decide to stick in this energy. But, you know, in my own life, it's really helped me to recognize that when I was in partnerships where it wasn't balanced and the person was treating me badly, I recognized that it wasn't that I was damaged or that there was something wrong with me. It was that this person just didn't know how to do any better. They weren't able to do the things that I needed them to do. And I couldn't hang on to anger. You know, I didn't have to feel bad that there was anything wrong with me, because it wasn't. And I didn't need to feel bad, you know, or angry at them, because they did the best they could and I could just release them with love. And that's what I think this card, Keep Courage and Be Gentle, is trying to gently remind you. And then the final card you got is the Spirit Familiar. Seek loving connections and cherished friendships. And there's a rabbit on this card, which is a symbol of abundance. It's also a symbol of spring. So there are people that, like I was saying, you're connecting with. You might have just started these connections. Like this might be a brand new job, or you're starting school, new program or something, or you're even just thinking about it, new hobby, some new connections. Lean into that. It will soften the blow of losing this if you decide that you're ready for that. Because if you can have courage, right? Like this, the Forest Walker card is talking about. If you can have courage to allow the universe to balance the scales and give you what you're owed, with the Libra on here, the new moon in Libra, you will find a level of happiness and joy that you've never experienced in this life, ever, 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 ever. And you know, everything that you've had pain with in relationships will all of a sudden dissolve, and you will feel like it was all worth it. It will all make sense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, pile number one. I hope it was helpful. If you liked the reading, if you could like the video, that would be a huge help to me. Please subscribe to the channel. So many of you guys watch the videos, but I would love you to actually join the family and help us to continue to grow and grow and grow. That would be amazing. And if you know someone else who might be interested in this reading, you could share it with them. And I also do private personal readings. You can go to my website, odessamall.com, and you can find all my services. My booking information and pricing and everything is available there. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Hi, pile number two. All right, so I've got your cards here and your black tourmaline. I'm just gonna put it off to the side. These cards are gonna tell me what your person has been wanting to tell you but was too afraid to mention it. So let's see what you have. You have Humpback Whale. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. That's interesting. Then you've got emotions are running high, supermoon, conflict, milestone, the Empress, 10 of Pentacles, and signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. Okay, wow. Pile number two. All right, so the energy that I'm getting from this reading is that your person has been holding back on telling you that they see a future with you, that they think that you are probably the one, you know, quote unquote, the one, their soulmate, their divine counterpart, the person that they've been waiting for their entire life, that you are in their eyes a goddess. And because I think that you sort of took them off guard, they are in full on panic mode. And I think as a result of that, there's been some conflict that's been coming up in your relationship. The energy that I'm getting intuitively, what I'm channeling is that the relationship for some of you is at an early stage of development. You might not actually even be like boyfriend, girlfriend, or girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, partner, partner. You might be sort of on and off again. It might have had sort of a rocky start. Some of you might be trying to date long distance, and that's partially causing conflict. For some of you, you've actually been in a partnership or a relationship for a while, and it's like taking that next step, whether that's marriage or having a child or buying a house. But it's like the 10 of Pentacles to me is a card that's talking about, that full package of having all of your material needs met, having the family, having the stability, the foundation. And there's been some sort of conflict about which way you guys want to steer the ship. And the energy that I'm getting is that your person definitely sees you as the Empress, that you're everything that they've been wanting. And it doesn't mean that you're a woman. It just means that you're the embodiment of the divine feminine. So you are a master manifester. You're super loving and emotionally balanced. You're in tune with your empathic side. You are extremely sexy and alluring. You're interesting. You are beautiful. You have it all. And it's like they know that this would be a point where they've reached a certain milestone, and the universe is sending them all these signs and synchronicities. Definitely telling them that you're the one. Even this humpback whale, like a humpback whale is a symbol of the highest level of spiritual enlightenment when it comes to like animal symbolism in a spiritual context. Whales are connected to, all kinds of high level spiritual energies. They are also, their song is soothing, otherworldly. They've even been connected to starseed energies, but I often talk about whales when I'm trying to explain the different levels of vibration, and I describe them as being very high vibrational, being able to exist in at the surface level of the ocean, whereas other more lower vibrational aquatic life have to have extreme pressure and be at the depths of the ocean. This is an indication to me that you are seeking the light. You want to live a very abundant, heart-centered life, that you have a lot of your goals, you've achieved them. I think that you have a great career, you have really solid friends and family group, you might have like pets that you adore. I think you know who you are. You're a great communicator. You're very loving. I think that you have a lot of different interests, and you've achieved a lot in your life. That whether that is, material success in your career, or you did really well in school, or whether you've traveled a lot, or you have you have all of these, because I just keep seeing somebody checking boxes. It's like they've got this list and it's like check, 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 check. You've done the things in the physical world that you needed, and my eye just got drawn to healing. You've done the healing that you needed to do. You might have experienced trauma or pain in your childhood or earlier in your life, and maybe you went to therapy, or you found creative outlets. You did something to help you release that pain. It's released, and you're totally emotionally and spiritually balanced. And your partner sees that, and they see that you want to transition into the next phase of life. You want to possibly get married or have a kid, or, at least be in a committed relationship. And they are scared shitless about taking that next step. And it's like they have heightened emotions. This could be that they want to propose to you. That could very well be that they want to propose to you, or they want to say, let's start a family, or move in with me, or move to my city, or I'm going to move to your city, or, you know, whatever it is that you've been wanting. They might be like right at the precipice of telling you that, and they're conflicted about it. It's just, the energy I get is that they understand that they're at like the threshold of a new life, and they're getting cold feet. They're a little bit afraid as a result of that. It could also be that for some of you, there's been some conflict around how you guys are communicating a little bit. Like, you want to move forward, and you can tell that they are a little bit afraid about moving forward. And so you're sort of like pushing them a little bit, and then that's having them pull back even more. But let's definitely get some more cards and find out, like, what else is going on with your person, pile number 2. What is pile number 2's partner or person afraid to tell them? What is pile number 2's person afraid to tell them? What is pile number 2's person afraid to tell them? Let's go through it one more time. What is pile number 2's person afraid to tell pile number 2? Okay, let's go with it. So I just need a second to organize myself here. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So there is an energy here. First of all, the 4 of Pentacles landed on the conflict. So that's a confirmation to me that there's been conflict arising as a result of control. Now, this could be, like I was saying before, that you want them to, I'll just use the proposal example because, you know, it makes it clear as I'm speaking, but this might not be your dynamic. It might be that you want them to propose to you and they are thinking about it, but the pressure that you're putting on them is making them feel like it's never the right time to propose, which actually makes sense, right? If they want this to be a romantic moment. I'm also getting the energy of proposal because this Ace of Pentacles making me think of a ring, but it could be anything in the physical world. They want to give you something in the physical world. That could be, like I said before, let's move in together, let's get a dog together, let's have a baby, let's move to the same city. There's something that they want to give you, but there is an issue with control. Yes. And you got the Ten of Pentacles again. So they definitely want to have a really stable life with you. I think that they see that you have a lot of stability. They definitely want to move forward and start a new chapter because you got the World, which is also indicating that that they see you as like being part of their next chapter. It's talking about positive karma and the end of one thing and the beginning of another thing. But there's a lot of energy here that's coming forward where your person might be quite young still. There might be an energy here where you've actually accomplished a lot of the things that you needed to accomplish, right? Because there's the King of Wands coming forward here. There's the Strength card coming forward. And there's also the Hierophant. So and these are the cards that I'm feeling like are associated with you. Also the Eight of Pentacles I'm feeling like is associated with you, where you've been diligently working towards your goals. You have a lot of strength. I think you also have a lot of determination and a real way of like communicating effectively. You, I think, also deal well with this person and their energy. I feel like you are very balanced and even keeled, whereas they are more emotional. They are more, you know, when they start to get worked up, it can escalate really quickly, right? Because I don't think they have the same communication style as you, and I don't think they've had the same experience working in partnership with another person. And I think partially you are really able to soothe them being the lion, you being the goddess here, and you can bring equilibrium and balance. You also have a lot of spiritual insight, like you're like an authority. And I think that has been really wonderful because they see this as, you know, really adding to their life. But at the same time, it's like they're really struggling to be able to catch up and be the person that I think they know you deserve, and that will be able to balance and match your energy for the 10 of Pentacles, because the cards that are coming out that are talking about them are a different energy altogether. So there's the Tower in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, then the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and then the Four of Cups in reverse. So what this is talking to me about is that right now, they are sort of at this earlier phase of development when it comes to their communication. They are definitely moving forward, right? Because the Page of Swords is talking about like having insight into like a new way of communicating or finding success. You're like getting the download. You're just starting to see things in a new way. And then they have evolved to the Knight of Swords. So they've definitely progressed in some way, where they are starting to learn from your ability to communicate, and they're starting to resolve conflict in a more effective way. Maybe that's them talking about their emotions. I think that they do really care about you, and that they can be really romantic, like the Knight of Cups. And I think that to a certain degree, they're also, you know, at an earlier stage of their own financial stability and growth. And this energy of the Eight of Pentacles could also be referring to them, because they got the Knight of Pentacles. So that's somebody, possibly they're just starting out. Maybe they just graduated from school, or they're still in school, or they're launching a business, but there's like their money situation isn't totally set up yet. And they're feeling like there's a lot of pressure to get to a certain level of readiness for the next stage of their life that they're not ready for yet. But I don't think they're effectively communicating that to you yet. You know, you want them to be the King of Cups in the upright, which is an emotionally balanced partner who's able to express himself effectively, share what he's feeling and thinking, and also be receptive and open to what his partner is thinking and feeling. But he is, or they, your partner, your person, is being described as the King of Cups in reverse. Right now, they're the Knight of Cups. So they are in love with you, is what I want to say. They care about you and have love feelings towards you and want to be good to you and want to be romantic with you, but they are fighting back against being able to share their emotions and really like graduate to this master level of the King of Cups. And partially I feel like they are being told that they need to make this adjustment. Their intuition, right? The signs all are pointing to you being the right person, but they're not listening to it. They're rejecting it. Not only are they not listening to their own intuition, they're starting to feel very pessimistic about their life in general, because when this Four of Cups is in reverse, all of the cups are empty. So they're feeling like they don't want to listen to what their intuition is telling them, and everything in their life is going badly. I think that it's partially a result of this Tower in reverse. There are some things that they need to change in their life that they're reluctant to change. This could be that they don't want to give up their old lifestyle, or they don't want to divorce themselves from people that are not positive in their life. You know, you might have pointed out that some of their friends don't have their best interests at heart, or their job is taking advantage of them, or their family isn't being supportive and there for them. Or maybe they're just making bad choices in their life. Like they're spending all of their money on going out and buying things that make them feel good in the moment, but ultimately don't set them up for success long term. It's like living paycheck to paycheck, that kind of energy. And they don't want to stop. They don't want to face that reality. And the universe is like, dude, you have the Empress. It doesn't get any better than that. Like, she is like the best, or they are the best. You are the best that this person is ever going to have. And they need to wise up to this. And so the energy that I'm getting is that really the decision is in your hands, right? When I say that this person isn't like at your level, I don't mean that in a judgmental way, or, you know, that I think they're a bad person or that you made the wrong choice or anything. Not at all. Not at all. We are all at different stages of development, and we all have to sort of like walk through the fire, if you will, right? To like learn lessons and grow. And we grow at different levels and at different paces, partially based on our past life experience, plus our earlier life experience, and our willingness to take ownership of our own life in this moment and transition and change. But what I'm cautioning you to think about is this person and the cups that they're offering you really going to give you enough satisfaction that it will make up for the 10 of Pentacles that you will lose out on by walking away from your own new beginning, you know, the world, so that you can wait for this person to finally be ready, right? You might need to walk away from this person for a little while for them to have their Tower moment, right? This Tower in reverse all of a sudden becomes a Tower in the upright when they've lost their foundation, the person that they, you know, the best thing that ever happened to them. They might have that epiphany and then realize that they need to make those changes. If you never ever walk away, not only will you lose out on your 10 of Pentacles, that is, you know, your divine right, you know, it's meant for you, but this person might never like snap out of this energy, right? Like they're never going to be faced with, you know, the world without you is the energy that I'm getting, and they are not going to make the decision for you, right? If you let them just sit on the fence forever, they will sit there forever, because really there's no reason for them to make any change. They're comfortable doing what they've always been doing, and I'm getting the energy that you might end up just wasting years waiting for this person to change. Whereas if you decided to walk away or have a separation, you might one, be able to like sort of clear your mind and see your own like power and strength, right? Because like you have it all. You're the 10 of Pentacles, you're the Empress, you're this humpback whale, which like I was saying before is like the highest level of spiritual growth. You're also being described as the Hierophant, which is a spiritual master and leader. You'll be able to see your own power and then possibly connect with someone who's on the same level as you, like an emperor, or it will fast track this person into their own spiritual awakening and their own spiritual growth. So let me get some final cards to see what Spirit would like you guys to know. What should, okay, what, okay. Get a couple from here. What would you like pile number 2 to know about this situation? Okay. All right, so you got bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius, and you also got you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. Okay. So new moon energy is typically about something growing and starting to manifest. And the energy of Aquarius is an innovator, but Aquarians can also be energies that are a little almost too rooted in the 3D and the physical and their own success. And can also be distracted, like I'm getting magpie type energy where they can, you know, be seeking a level of advancement or some sort of title or, you know, some sort of like appreciation from the public, like maybe even people that they don't even know, like notoriety. And totally miss out on the beauty of having like a really like heart-centered relationship, whereas Cancer is a sign that is deeply connected to their emotional nature, but has to learn boundaries, has to learn effective boundaries. So what I'm getting from this is that there is a need for you to step into this with open eyes. Recognize that no matter what, you're both safe and you're protected. This is all being divinely orchestrated, right? Like there is a certain level of like, I wouldn't necessarily say a karmic contract. This might actually feel to you more like a twin flame energy where you're really drawn to each other, but you just can't seem to make it work. And what I'm seeing is like, you might need to separate to then come back together later, possibly, or you partner with a divine counterpart, which is someone who is already healed. They've already done the work. But in that moment, still recognizing that this person isn't doing this because they're a bad person or they hate you or you deserve poor treatment, is that they don't know how to do any better. You know, with the bring love into the situation. They honestly don't know how to do any better. And then you've got these 2 final cards. Owl Song, whisper secrets to the moonlight, find strength in stillness. So owl is connected to spirit communication, leaning on your spiritual nature, listening to your instincts. What is your intuition telling you? Find stillness, go to a quiet place. Take time to have like do some self-care or spend some time on your own away from this person. So like if you live together, maybe like, you know, go and spend some time with family or friends for like a couple of days to just sort of like take some time away from this, because you're going to find strength with that. You're going to see how strong you are on your own. And I think your intuition is going to guide you towards the next steps. And you also got the green maid. The green fae speak to you. Let them guide you to safety. Same energy. And green is associated with the heart chakra. So your heart is telling you, your intuition is telling you, some of you were having dreams about this. Some of you are literally having dreams about this relationship and how things are going to unfold. If you are having dreams, those are premonitions. They are guiding you towards a certain outcome. I would listen and have faith. You are protected. Give yourself an opportunity to grow a new energy, right? Emotions are running super high right now with the conflict at play. Allow yourself to have a moment to heal and just see how things unfold. And no matter what, it's all going to work out as it's meant to. So that the best outcome comes to both you and your person, even if that means that you're not together. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that this was helpful to you. please like the video if you did find that the messages resonated. You could share it with someone who might be going through something similar to this if you think that they might find the messages helpful. And if you haven't already joined our family, please do. I would love it if you subscribe to the channel. And I do private one-on-one readings. You can go to my website, odessamall.com, and you'll find all of my services and booking information there. So I hope I see you guys in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 3. Okay, so I've got your green adventurine, and these cards are going to tell me what your person is secretly thinking but doesn't want to tell you. So let's see. You got the cheetah. Get clear on your intentions, stay focused, move quickly to achieve your goal. You also got luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. Interesting. You've got family, friends, and guides. Planning and action. 8 of Cups. 5 of Wands. And surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. Wow. Okay. So the energy that I'm getting is that there has been some sort of shift or change in the dynamic between the two of you. Because the 8 of Cups is talking about moving away from things that no longer serve you. Moving away from a foundation that you've built just because you come into alignment and you know that it doesn't work for you any longer. And I think that that decision was made as a result of this 5 of Wands energy, that there's been fighting and conflict. The energy that I'm getting is that for some of you, you might be checking in on a partner and trying to figure out what your ex-partner is thinking. Like that the relationship is either ending or you are in the process of dissolving a relationship or ending a marriage, that there's some sort of planning and action that is taking place. And yeah, the energy that I'm strongly getting is that there was a relationship, it is slowly coming to an end. You might not have actually verbalized to each other that kind of the spark is gone or that you want to go in a different direction. The energy I'm getting is that you've talked to family and friends. And the energy that I'm strongly getting is that your partner is thinking this way about you. That they think that you want the relationship to end and that you're sort of taking steps to move on with your life. It could be, like I was saying before, the end of an actual marriage and possibly you've separated and you're living in different homes. It could be that you're dating someone casually and you're just not sort of responding to them the same way. Sort of the spark is gone. The energy that I'm getting strongly is that you want to go in a different direction because luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius with the bow and arrow here, which makes me think of Artemis, the goddess Artemis, and having laser focus on what you want. And then the cheetah, it does talk about here having, staying focused and quickly moving towards your goals and having intention. And the cheetah is fast moving energy as well. So there's 2 cards here talking about fast movement. And in a balanced way, because cheetahs have spots. So it's like you've weighed the positives and negatives. It's like what I'm getting is it's almost like, when you're not sure about whether you want to continue a relationship with someone and you list out in real life, maybe you write a list, maybe you just sort of play it out in your mind, or you're talking to friends like, these are the things I love about this person, these are the things that I think are challenges that need to be worked on. And you've come to a place where you're sort of like, you've radically accepted what's going on. Either you radically accepted that the relationship needs to end and you need to go in a different direction, or you're radically accepting that you're just going to let it play out and see what happens and you're not going to try and control it, right? With this surrender card, surrendering your need to control the outcome and just see what life presents. It could be that you're leaving the relationship because, like, honestly, that's the energy I'm getting, that you're planning on going in a different direction. And even though you don't know how things are going to play out, you're okay with that because where you were not happy. And your partner, your person, does not want to talk to you about this. You know, they don't want to talk to you about the energy that's shifting away. Maybe they're afraid that it's going to start a fight. Maybe they're afraid that if they talk to you about it, it'll make it real, is the energy I'm getting. You know, like I keep coming back to, I get stories in my mind when I'm talking to you guys, when I'm channeling, and the story that I have in my mind is a couple. They are married and you have left your partner and want to move in a different direction and start a new life, possibly with another person, and they are hoping that if they just, you know, are on their best behavior, that you'll change your mind, and they aren't talking to you about what needs to shift and change, and you are feeling like they have put no planning and action into keeping this relationship together or this marriage together, and you're moving in a different direction. That's the energy I'm getting. So let's get some more cards and find out some more information about this situation. So what does pile number 3's person not want to talk about with them? What are they secretly thinking about but not bringing up with pile number 3? What is pile number 3's person secretly thinking and not wanting to talk about? Okay, let's see here. Oh boy. Yeah, the energy that I'm getting here is that it's possible that the energy I'm getting is that there was a lot of conflict in your relationship. That the 5 of Swords is talking about conflict and, you know, wanting to be right just for the sake of being right, and not because it even benefited the person that was arguing that point. So we've got 2 cards here that are talking about conflict. I think that your partner is being described as the Knight of Wands. So this is actually a very immature energy, that this is somebody who wants to be seen as important and is very rooted in the 3D labels. You know, they might be very charismatic, they might be very attractive, they might be flashy is the word that I'm getting. They might like dress really well and have a nice car, but they don't have the money to afford any of this stuff. And I'm getting player energy here, like somebody who likes to keep their options open or did like to keep their options open. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that this person was cheating, but there are a lot of cards here that indicate that there was some sort of like infidelity, lies, or betrayal, because you've got the 3 of Pentacles that are coming up, the 2 of Cups, and then the 3 of Swords. So, I mean, they could have been unfaithful to you. That can play out in so many different ways. It could be that they were actually having another relationship, but it could just be that they were like not being honest with others, like making it very clear that they were in a partnership or they were married, or, you know, they had a partner, and just sort of leading with like sort of making it seem like they're single even though they're not, because they liked people to, you know, want them. They liked the ego boost. so they might be like really flirty with people online, or flirty with their coworkers, stuff like that. But there is definitely the possibility that there was truly an affair, and that you found out about it and you walked away because you were like, I deserve better than this. Now, the other energy that I think is at play is that you started to manifest the life that you wanted. You are being described here as the magician, somebody who has control of everything that's going on in their life, and they know how to make things happen. Like they have their money situation under control, or at least they have an idea of how they're going to do that. They know how to communicate. They know how to be emotionally open. They are in tune with their, spiritual gifts, and like they listen to their heart and listen to their intuition, and they know what they value, and you're moving towards that with the Chariot. This is talking about having balanced energies, and it's a forward momentum at a steady pace. You're not rushing forward, and you're looking towards the future, and now you're starting to see your ships come in. And I think one of the ships that has come in for you is possibly a new relationship. So this might, like I was saying before, you might have been in a relationship with someone, you are no longer with that person, they are wanting you back, they are hoping that if they play their cards right, maybe you'll run into them, or maybe you have to talk to them. Maybe you share custody of kids together or something, but they're not going to come right out and say to you, I screwed up, I'm a fool, I'm doing, these 8 things to make things better. Like they're not going to do that at all. They still are in this Knight of Wands energy. They still have too much pride is what I'm getting. And honestly, you are doing the right thing. You are lining yourself up with the King of Pentacles, and the kings are master level of their particular suit. So this is somebody who has their financial situation together. So they might have like a great job where they've, reached the highest level of achievement that they can, or they run their own business, or, just they're living a comfortable life. They have their own home, they have their own car. Financially, they're set up. And the energy that I'm getting is, I want to actually pull a couple more cards. What can you tell me about the King of Pentacles, please? What can you tell me about the King of Pentacles? Oh, okay. They're saying that's enough. Okay. Yeah. The King of Pentacles that has come into your life is somebody that's already gone through the lessons that your ex is going through. They've been in a situation where they were in that 5 of Wands energy, that conflict energy. And they had a Tower moment where they lost it all. They got the 5 of Pentacles, which is talking about poverty mindset, feeling very pessimistic about life, and not having the creature comforts that they wanted. And through that experience, they went into a hermit mode where they did a lot of self-reflection. They looked at who they were in that moment, what they wanted, what they had been manifesting, and they got into alignment with, spirit, or, who they wanted to be. If they're not spiritual people, they started to listen to their intuition, and they started to have an ascension, right? Where they started to look towards, looking at life in a different way, finding meaning in things that maybe they hadn't found meaning in before, just having that hallelujah moment. And they shifted their energy, and they became the King of Pentacles. Now, if this isn't another person, this could be you. This could be you finally stepping into your own power and getting your money situation together. Letting go of that old energy, and your ex is still in the Knight of Wands energy. What can you tell me about the Knight of Wands, please? Oh, yeah. This is the 7 of Swords. Like, this person is a liar and a manipulator. For the vast majority of you, they definitely were lying to you, seeing other people behind your back, whether they were actually having physical relations with another person, they were definitely emotionally going behind your back. You definitely did the right thing, leaving this person behind. I get the energy that they are way too afraid to ever come and approach you. I don't think that they're ever going to come back, but let's see, what else can you tell me about the Knight of Wands, please? Yeah. You just got the Strength card. What else can you tell me about the Knight of Wands? Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. So first of all, they see you as someone who got wise to their schemes. You are strength. All these cards are talking about how they see you. You are strength. Strength, the energy of this card is talking about someone who knows how to communicate and knows how to work with the energies that are at play so it works out in their favor, you know, like being the neck that turns the head. And what I mean by that is you are a person that is able to effectively argue your point, even with people that are very close-minded or very black and white in their thinking, so that you can have them sort of see things from your perspective. You know, you're just very, very good at conflict resolution and management. And I think that you don't suffer fools. If someone is going to be difficult, you have learned to just make peace with that and walk away. You have tamed the wild beast within yourself that told you in the past that you needed to keep working on this, because, you know, the energy I'm getting is that in the past, you felt like if someone treated you badly, it had something to do with something you had done. And you finally divorced yourself from that energy, recognizing that if someone cheats on you, that is on them. If they lie to you, that is on them. There is something broken inside them, right? You can't make somebody go and sleep with somebody else. You know, like if they betray you, that's because they have some deep healing that they need to do. And you found balance in your life, the Two of Pentacles. You're focusing on your money. You're having that work-life balance, which ultimately is then bringing you into this King of Pentacles energy. And you have learned the lesson, right? This also has a figure 8 on it, which to me is always talking about reincarnation and bringing forward gifts from the past into the present. That could be gifts from your earlier life, but for me, being the type of spiritual person that I am, I really do see you getting in tune with your intuition and your spirituality, so that you are recognizing how strong you are, and you're now using those gifts in this life. It could be you're listening to your intuition, guiding you towards your life purpose, and it's bringing you to a place where you've become the high priestess. You know, like you are completely in tune with your own inner magic. Like this is real goddess energy. And they see you as the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is, you know, an entrepreneur, a leader, someone very stylish and sexy, someone who is an effective communicator. You're using all of your skills to really bring you into a place of empowerment where you're going to have all of this joy and abundance. She's holding a sunflower here, and the sunflowers have all of those seeds in it, and that's why they are typically associated with opportunities and abundance. And the sun, the energy of the sun, is connected to optimism and joy and happiness. You've created that in your life, and that is going to help you to manifest pretty much anything that you want. So let's get some final cards here that are going to tell me a little bit more about the situation, and you know, some advice basically from your guides on what you need to do in this situation. What advice do you have for pile number 3? What advice do you have for pile number 3? What advice do you have for pile number 3? Okay, lots of advice for you. Okay, so you got, what do you need to release? Waning moon. So there might be a part of your heart that's sort of telling you that you miss this person, that, you know, what if you were wrong? What if you made the wrong decision? For some of you, you might never have had the actual proof that they cheated on you. It's just like your gut instinct is telling you that they were unfaithful or lying to you about something. You have become, you know, in tune with your psychic abilities. So your intuition is on point. Don't question that. The cards are definitely indicating that this person was unfaithful or they were not to be trusted. They were definitely, I get the energy too of like gaslighting, or that they were using conflict as a way of deflecting away from things that they didn't want you to see. So, basically, you know, if they were worried that you were going to run into someone who might reveal their scheme, they would start a fight with you so that you decided not to go to that barbecue the next day where you would see that person. That kind of energy, like real schemy, creepy, bad stuff. You do not need to feel bad. You should start, you know, trying to do some work to release this person from your heart. I highly recommend doing a cord cutting. There's many different ways you can do that. There's different magical rituals, basically, you can do a cord cutting with a candle. If anyone's actually interested in knowing how to do ritualistic cord cutting in terms of like magical practices, just like write a quick note in the comments below, just say cord cutting, and then I can put it onto my schedule and I can do a little quick video for you guys. I also do cord cuttings energetically with my Reiki practice. That's included in all of my Reiki services, so you could always work with me as well. But trying to sever your energy from theirs is really going to help release them from your heart. And you can also ask your guides to help you. You can just basically, it's just a little prayer. Just ask them, right? You have free will. So if you don't ask them for help, they can't step in and help you with any of these things. So I highly recommend doing that because they, on an energetic level, they can help you quite a bit. And just keep reminding yourself that you made the right decision. You know, like play this recording if you need to over and over and over again. And I would be happy to let you know 100% you made the right decision. You're a goddess. Then you got a win-win outcome as forecast, full moon in Libra. And Libra is the scales, right? You are going to get what's owed to you. This person is karmically going to have to deal with the fallout of what they've done. So what they did to you will be done to them. You might not be there to ever witness it. Honestly, that's typically how it goes. But I promise you, they'll probably end up in a situation where they end up in a relationship with someone who is even more manipulative than they are. And it's because I keep seeing a frog in a pot. And that's like that, you know, concept of a frog being in hot water. If you turn up the heat slowly, the frog will never jump out of the water because they don't recognize that the temperature has changed, and before they know it, the water is boiling, and unfortunately then it's too late for them. That's the image that I'm seeing in my mind. So that's what's going to happen. That's what karmically they're going to end up with, a person that's going to treat them even worse and is even better at manipulation. And they are going to end up having their heart broken or their foundation rattled. You know, this person isn't very in tune with their empathy. So it's questionable how deeply they actually feel love for another person. For some of you, you were with a narcissist or someone on that spectrum. So you're going to get what's owed to you. And what's owed to you is beauty and abundance and fulfillment. Then you got all of these cards. So let's see. The first one says, it says the Mandragora, mother. Find the secret hidden in the brambles. Okay. So for some of you, there might be some secret revealed to you. This might be a situation where like the other person, you know, slips into your DMs and like, you know, tells you everything that had been going on, or you find, maybe you're still with this person and you're not sure if you should leave. You might find a text message or some sort of receipt in their pocket or something. It definitely sounds like some sort of secret is going to be revealed. Then you got the fairy harper. Find the words to long forgotten songs and dance to the music in your soul. Yes. Try and go back to the things that brought you joy, right? When we're in a period of heartbreak, it's hard to remember what brought us happiness before we were with this person. But start off small, you know, like if you're too sad to get off of the couch, that's okay. Put on a movie that makes you feel good. Try and indulge in those like positive feelings, even if it feels like a little uncomfortable at first. Like put on, like, it doesn't have to be a romance or anything. I'm not saying that. Like put on a kid's movie. Like those always make me feel better, you know? Just try and do something where you hang out with people that really make you feel good about yourself. Put music on that makes you feel good. Indulge in, like, get the snack food or the junk food that you love. You got the forest walker. Keep courage. Be gentle. Be gentle on yourself. Be confident. The universe never takes something away from you only to give you something worse. You know, have you ever dated somebody and then the next boyfriend was, or the next partner was even worse? Like, we've all had a history where we've had bad relationships, but you can probably see that typically the relationships have improved in some way because you've learned something about yourself, even if that person was still not the right person. Then you got seed spells. Create your story. It is the most potent form of magic. Yes, start manifesting what you want, which is what you're going to be doing with this King of Pentacles energy. If you're not already there, you are definitely going to be a powerhouse. You know, if you're still with this person or you're in heartbreak, remember your future is the Magician, the Two of Cups, because I think you're going to find a divine counterpart, someone who can match your energy, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and Strength. This is amazing. You know, you are going to achieve all of the things that you want. You're going to have balance. You're going to have this beautiful, abundant future. All of your ships are going to be coming in, but you need to start manifesting it, right? It's just like farmers have to plant the seeds, right? And then they have to nurture them and water them and make sure that, you know, there are protections against critters coming in and unearthing them, and they need to like make sure that they're putting in that effort so that the plants grow strong and then eventually they can reap the harvest. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be planting your seeds. Start with going back to the things that you loved before you were in this relationship, and then indulge in that. And Spirit will interject and will give you guidance. And then the final card you got is the Storyteller. Stories are medicine, strengthening and renewing. Yes. Go back to the things that you loved. Write down the things that were positive even in your day-to-day. If there are memories from the past that don't involve this person, just from your life, that give you joy and happiness, then concentrate on those. Remind yourself of those. Whenever you're feeling down about this person, go back to that memory. Sort of lock it into your mind now as sort of a safety. So whenever you find yourself sort of feeling bad, you're going to know that that's, now I'm recognizing it, I'm feeling bad, now I'm going to think about this other thing. Now I'm going to think about when I adopted my cat. Now I'm going to think about that trip I went on with my sister. Whatever it is. But you could also start a journal, a gratitude journal, where you're going to write down every single day something that feels good. And yeah, there's a bluebird on here, which is talking about communication. So write down those things that make you feel good on a day-to-day basis. So that can be anything. Like my gratitude journal is full of like, oh, I had the most wonderful cup of coffee today. Even if I made it myself, if I enjoyed it, I write it down. And it's because I'm trying to program my mind to lean into the positive. There's so much going on in the world right now that is so sad and it's so painful. And then in addition, we all have bad things that happen in our lives. So don't feel like those little things that bring you joy aren't significant enough to like give them space. Find gratitude for that, and then it will start a resonance, it'll start a vibration in your life that will attract more positive things, and then it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, if you could like the video, that would be amazing. If you haven't already joined the family, please do. I would love to have you guys join our growing family. And if you know someone else who might be going through something similar to this or might enjoy this reading, you could share it with them. I do private personal readings. You can find out information about my services and my pricing and booking and all of that at my website, odessamall.com. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.